In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on May 14, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Washington Nationals versus Atlanta Braves. It's Game 3 of a 4-game set between two National League East rivals, and the action shifts to the heat of Atlanta as the Washington Nationals roll into town to take on the Braves on Wednesday night. When it comes to the run line, Atlanta's been up and down this season. They've only managed to cover in 42.9% of their games overall and just 44.4% when listed as home favorites. That said, they've still been solid in their own ballpark, putting up a strong 14-6 record, and they've come through on the run line in both games so far in this series. Washington, meanwhile, has been a little better on the road in this spot, covering the run line in 53.3% of their games as away underdogs. But in general, it's been a tough go. They've only covered 46.5% of the time this year. The Nats have dropped 7 in a row and can't seem to get anything going on offense, which makes them a tough team to trust right now. Atlanta's been handling them pretty easily, and with how well they've done at home, they're the side to ride with here. Bryce Elder has had his issues giving up the long ball, but Atlanta's bullpen and defense are just better. They've got enough behind him to hold things down. Is Bryce Elder the guy I'm circling as the ace of this Braves rotation? Definitely not. But when you look across the field, the Nationals don't give you anything to believe in. And Parker's been rough on the road. I'm rolling with Atlanta to keep the Nationals in a slump and grab another win. As our first pick for this matchup, the Atlanta Braves money line is our full game side pick. The total for this one is set at 8.5 runs, and both teams bring some trends to chew on. Washington has been hitting the over more often than not this season, with the total going over in 54.5% of their league games. They've also hit the over in 6 of their last 7 games when they've had a day off beforehand. A big reason: their pitching's been a mess. The team earned run average sits at a shaky 5.42, and that's led to plenty of runs piling up. The Braves, by contrast, have leaned toward lower scoring affairs overall, with the under cashing in 59% of their games. But at home, it's been a different story. Higher scores have been more common, with the over hitting in 61.9% of games played at Truist Park. Both starters come in with some clear red flags. Parker has been wild, handing out 22 free passes, and Elder's been tagged for 8 homers in just 38 innings. On top of that, Washington's bullpen hasn't been able to stop the bleeding, and the Braves lineup is more than capable of pouncing on mistakes. Add in the warm air and hitter-friendly vibe of the ballpark, and this one could easily turn into a slugfest. The over is the sharper side here, given how both teams are trending and the shaky arms on the mound. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami Marlins versus Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs holding a 25-18 record, and the Miami Marlins, sitting at 15-26, are set to finish off their series at Wrigley Field on Wednesday night. It's the last game of the set, and both teams are looking to close things out strong, though they're in very different places right now. Jameson Taillon had a rough go of it the last time he was out there against the New York Mets. He was throwing some absolute meatballs, pitches that might as well have come with marinara sauce. He gave up 6 runs, including 4 homers. Despite that ugly outing, his earned run average is still at 4.53, with a decent 1.17 WHIP and a solid 35 strikeouts to 9 walks across 43.2 innings. He'll try to bounce back here against a Marlins team that hasn't exactly been lighting it up offensively. Miami's lineup is average at best, and their pitching staff has been a mess. They rank dead last in earned run average and second to last in WHIP. Ryan Weathers is getting the ball for Miami, but he'll be limited since he only threw 50 57 pitches in his last rehab outing. The Marlins have lost 12 of their last 15 games, and it shows. Chicago is starting to get hot again in this series, and honestly, I'm done giving the Marlins any benefit of the doubt. They're starting to look like the team we thought they'd be before the season. Weak offense, thin pitching, and not much fight. Talon has generally been solid, especially against Miami, and I think the Cubs finished this one off with a win. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Cubs money line is our full game side pick. Chicago's been all over the place lately when it comes to putting runs on the board. They came into this series leading the National League with 233 runs, but in 4 of their last 7 games, they only managed 2 runs or fewer. Meanwhile, even though the Marlins are in the basement of the standings, they're not completely lifeless at the plate. They're 17th in runs per game and 18th in OPS. Those aren't scary numbers, but they suggest the team can still scrape together some offense. I'm expecting the Cubs to snap out of their funk and score some runs off Weathers, and I think Miami will do just enough against Talon to keep it interesting. The over has hit in 12 of the Cubs' last 17 home games, and this feels like another one of those matchups where we could see a good number of runs. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas City Royals versus Houston Astros. Kansas City, sitting at 25-18, heads into Wednesday night's showdown at Dakin Park looking to take the series win against Houston, who come in at an even 20-20. It's the last game of this 3-game set, and the Royals have a chance to leave town with a statement win. The Royals have been hot on the road lately, winning 6 of their last 7 away from home. On the other hand, the Astros have been slipping, dropping 5 of their last 8. Kansas City's bats have been lively, hitting with power and consistency in recent games. Houston's pitching staff, usually a strong point, hasn't looked sharp lately. They've given up 5 or more runs in 2 of their last 3. Their bullpen hasn't done them many favors either, so slowing down Kansas City's offense could be a tough ask. Offensively, Houston might not find their rhythm either. Michael Lorenzen has been steady on the mound lately, giving up just 6 runs across his last 3 starts. With Kansas City boasting the 4th best bullpen in the league right now, they should be able to keep Houston's hitters quiet and avoid big innings. We don't yet know what Colton Gordon will bring in his MLB debut, but we do know what Lorenzen has been doing lately, and it's been solid. The Royals are undefeated in his last 4 outings, and he's only given up 7 runs over 23.1 innings. Take out one shaky start, and that number looks even better. Kansas City's pitching in May has been a major bright spot, leading all of baseball with a 2.54 earned run average for the month. Houston, by comparison, sits way down the list at 20th with a 4.5 earned run average. The Royals have also won 3 of the last 4 matchups between these teams. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kansas City Royals money line is our full game side pick. These bullpens have been 2 of the better units in baseball this season. Kansas City ranks 4th with a 3.1 earned run average from its relievers, and Houston is right ahead in 3rd with a 2.8 mark. Offensively, neither team is tearing it up in their respective home and road splits. The Royals are tied for 18th with Toronto, posting a .663 OPS on the road. Houston is doing a bit better, sitting 12th with a .744 OPS at home. The under has cashed in 4 of the last 7 meetings between these two clubs. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Angels versus San Diego Padres. The San Diego Padres will continue their homestand on Wednesday as they welcome the Los Angeles Angels to town. I think the Padres bullpen is going to settle in and find its groove soon, maybe even in this series. I don't feel as confident saying the same for the Angels relievers. Randy Vasquez has been solid in his last 2 outings, and that strong performance at Coors Field probably gave him a nice boost in confidence. On the flip side, it's tough to put much faith in Kyle Hendricks right now. The Padres clearly have the upper hand on the mound going into this one. San Diego has been strong at the plate against right-handers in May, putting up a 141 WRC+. Sure, playing 3 games in hitter-friendly Coors Field padded those numbers a bit, but it still says something. Meanwhile, the Angels have managed only a 97 WRC+ against righties this month. As our first pick for this matchup, the San Diego Padres money line is our full game side pick. Kyle Hendricks has struggled lately, giving up at least 3 earned runs in 4 of his last 5 appearances. He's been especially bad in recent matchups with the Padres. Last year they lit him up for 7 runs on 9 hits in just 5 innings. I think San Diego jumps on him early again, which will likely put pressure on the Angels bullpen. Like I mentioned before, both teams' bullpens have been rough this month, so I'm expecting some runs to come in late. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Athletics versus Los Angeles Dodgers. The Los Angeles Dodgers are set to face off against the Sacramento Athletics at the iconic Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. Most of the time, the Dodgers are going to be the favorites when they play at home. No surprise there, but these betting lines are just too bloated. Yes, this Dodgers squad is loaded with talent, but you rarely see odds like this for any other team in baseball. On the flip side, the Athletics have been winning just enough games to make them worth considering as underdogs. In fact, they've actually been more profitable than the Dodgers so far this season. Hogla doesn't have a ton of experience, just 11.1 innings pitched in his career, but he's held his own, giving up 11 hits and just 3 earned runs. Yamamoto, on the other hand, is coming off a rough outing where he gave up 5 runs in 5 innings to the Diamondbacks. Sure, Los Angeles should be the favorite, but getting over double our money on the Athletics. That's the kind of value that's tough to ignore, so I'm rolling the dice with the visitors here. As our first pick for this matchup, the Athletics money line is our full game side pick. If the Dodgers offense keeps showing up, we've already seen enough from the Athletics to believe they can do their part to push this game over the total. Even if Los Angeles brings the heat with their bats, the Athletics has quietly been one of the best hitting teams in the league. They rank 4th in hits per game and are among the top 3 when it comes to avoiding strikeouts. That means they can keep innings alive, rack up pitch counts, and build some rhythm at the plate. This one's got the feel of a high-scoring game, with both sides likely to put runs on the board. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.